show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please share this video, support your boy, support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. This video is sponsored by my boy Fast Classic. His mixtape is in the description box. It's free of charge, so there's no reason for you not to download it. Definitely give him a listen. And this video is also sponsored by my boy Matt. Definitely check his apparel out on IG at WeAllFrom, WeAllFrom. Let's get right down to it. Dominic Breazeale, heavyweight contender. He just fought on the Jermell and Jamal Charlo undercard. That was the first card that was on Fox. Breazeale got a brutal knockout victory over Carlos Negron. And just watching the fight, I had to readjust my expectations when it comes down to Dominic Breazeale. Now, me as a boxing fan, as a hardcore boxing fan, there's certain types of fighters that I like. I like fighters with speed. I like fighters with defense. I like fighters with craft. Dominic Breazeale don't have any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when people ask me a Dominic Breazeale and what I think of him, I tell them flat out I don't like his style. But I had to really adjust what I like in terms of the style of fighter compared to if I think a fighter is effective. Now, with Dominic Breazeale, he was coming off of a long layoff. Carlos Negron, he was coming off of a long layoff, and you could tell. You could definitely tell both guys was rusty inside of the ring. Carlos Negron just didn't have enough snap in his punches. He was landing some nice combinations on Dominic Breazeale, but Dominic Breazeale was just walking him down. He was just walking through the punches, was just walking him down. And the one thing about Dominic Breazeale, the one thing that you have to have in the heavyweight division is a chin. And he has a iron chin. He has an iron chin. Now, I know people are probably saying, oh, well, you know, Anthony Joshua, you know, got a TKO stoppage and knocked him down more than once. Yeah, that's the heavyweight champion of the world. Like, it ain't too many people cracking harder than Anthony Joshua. But outside of Anthony Joshua, Dominic Breazeale has been in the ring with some real heavy hitters, and his chin is tried and tested, you know, and that's the one thing that you have to have in the heavyweight division. So I am impressed with that. Another thing with Dominic Breazeale, he's not going to overwhelm you with any type of speed. He's actually slow. He's actually slow. The thing that he does well is distance. He gives himself enough room to land shots, and his opponent is feeling the end of his punches. And that's another thing that Dominic Breazeale does well. Now, of course, Dominic Breazeale is the guy that was basically the mandatory for Deontay Wilder, even though he was ranked number 2 in the WBC, and Dillian White was ranked number 1 and had the WBC Silver Championship. So Dominic Breazeale is mostly known for that and the Joshua loss, but after he got the brutal knockout against Carlos Negron, he turned his attention to Deontay Wilder, who was in the crowd. And them two have a checkered past, pretty, you know, a long history between the two. Dominic Breazeale actually sued Deontay Wilder, actually tried to take something to court. Deontay Wilder had a fight in Alabama, and it ended up being a situation between Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder's people, allegedly. And Dominic Breazeale basically tried to take it to court. It didn't go anywhere, but these two do have a history where they just don't like each other. So if Deontay Wilder can't get a Tyson Fury rematch, if he can't get an Anthony Joshua unification fight, he could really fight Dominic Breazeale, and there's a backstory to it. People don't like to hear that, because Deontay Wilder, is heavyweight champion of the world, and we only want to see him up against two guys, and that's just what it is. But if we can't get what we want, we're probably gonna get Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder. But Dominic Breazeale, I think he's in my personal opinion, I just think he's a serviceable heavyweight. His style is pretty much to, take your three punches to get his one off, and constant pressure and try to walk you down. And that's going to work with some guys, and it worked with Carlos Negron. But when he steps up in competition, which I would like to see Dominic Breazeale do, against guys like Luis Ortiz, he can't get away with that against Ortiz. Dillian White, he can't get away with that. Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. I mean, he can't get away with that type of stuff, with the upper echelon guys. This works. The George Foreman type style where you taking shots and you walking forward. And I'm talking George Foreman late in his career, like knocking out Michael Moore, George Foreman type style. And I'm not comparing Dominic Breazeale to George Foreman. Let me just get that out the way, because some people will say that. You understand what I'm saying? But Dominic Breazeale is definitely a serviceable heavyweight. I would say he's like a C plus, B minus fighter if you want to be nice in terms of heavyweights. But the fight with Carlos Negron, I mean, it was an entertaining fight in a sense, but at the same time, there was nothing in that fight that made me think that Dominic Breazeale is that guy. So until Dominic Breazeale steps up in competition against the Luis Ortizes, the Deontay Wilders, the Dillian Whites, I mean, hell, even the Derek Chisoras, Brian Baba Jennings, when he fights those guys and gets a couple victories against those guys, then I might have a more favorable opinion of Dominic Breazeale. But right now, he just looks like an average heavyweight, as far as I'm concerned. He's just ranked high. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.